Welcome back to my studio. I'm Bea Grob and I love to inspire you. It is all about art journaling, painting, collage, assemblages, and anything else that sparks my interest. So enjoy! Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you are here today in my studio, so to speak. And in case you're new here, I'm glad you found my channel. Now today I'm gonna work again in one of my many different types of art journals. Today I'm working in one of those art journals which I have as loose pages prepared, and then when I have all the prepared pages done, I'm gonna bind it into a journal. Today I want to play a little bit with my new stencils, but first I want to tell you a little bit about how this specific stencil came about. Now, about 2 weeks before Christmas we had beautiful winter weather with snow-covered trees and snow on the meadows, and not so much on the streets because they did clear some of the streets, not the trails so, but just the streets. Anyway, we went for a walk, and as always I took a lot of pictures and little videos. I occasionally make those little inspiring videos from the area around me, and also I didn't do it this time, but maybe I'm gonna include some of the footage in this YouTube video, because usually I do post it on either my Facebook business page or on my Instagram account, and lately also on TikTok. Anyway, I'm gonna put all the links down below in case you want to see what else I have done. So we were walking a little trail and taking pictures, and one of the pictures we took is my husband and I waving, but we didn't take the picture from ourselves, but we did take the picture from the shadows on the snow. And because it was a sort of a bended area there, it did distort the upper body a little bit, but I thought when I looked at that photo, I could turn that into a stencil. And that's what I actually did. I did turn it into stencils. I did the actual, I know you can't see it, but I'm gonna put somewhere up here the close-up picture for the stencil itself, and also down below the original picture where we are waving at the snow, so to speak. Anyway, I did turn it into stencils, and those are those kind of stencils you get also the mask, so that's what I want to play today a little bit. Besides that, I also did rip already apart some old vintage pages to make little strips. I have prepared some Delipaper, you're going to see why I use that, and I have another stencil of mine. This is called Border and Flowers, and this is actually called Bea and Benny Silhouettes, just in case. So I have also prepared some colors. I do have a hot pink, pink, red and orange. That's the warm colors. And then I have, like for the cool colors, I have a sky blue, azure phthalo blue, and what is that? That's manganese blue. Then I do have a phthalo green. That's about it. I think I'm gonna grab also the white gesso as my white paint. And yeah, that's, of course I have a Posca pen and some brushes and some water. And I do have a cosmetic sponge, not sure if I'm gonna use it or not. do have a tiny bit of colored gauze and some washi tapes. Not sure about those things, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna switch camera to the table and start working. As usual, it's gonna be a lot of that gonna be in time lapse. If I have the feeling there is something specific I have to tell, I'm gonna step in. And as always, if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments. I do love your comments, I do read the comments, and just in case if you're not subscribed yet, I really appreciate any subscriber. Now with no further ado, let's go down to the table. Okay, I'm gonna put that aside to let it dry, and maybe I'm gonna go in with the heat tool afterwards, but for the moment I'm working on some of my figures. Now I do have the Delipaper here, and a lot of strips. Maybe I need more, we'll see. And I have this mask here which I want to use. I'm gonna put it underneath, and this is a Delipaper. It has a more waxy side and a less waxy side. I make sure that the less waxy side is up, because I'm gonna glue down some of those strips. As always, I'm gonna use a little bit of scrap paper. What I do first, I turn it around and go along the lines, along the borders, sort of outlining it. Now let's start with gluing some text strips. I do tear off the white bits I have here. I don't want them. Now I'm gonna finish gluing those strips and we'll be back when I have done all my strips. Now I also want some color, and I don't care. The lines are on the back side, so I can go right over and still gonna see it. This is a neon pink. I do like neon sometimes. I also have a transparent red, carmine red. Okay, and maybe a little bit of orange also. No rhyme, no reason why I use those colors. I just feel like I want to use some colors. Let's see what happens. I know I want to glue those on, but I want something like that. I want to add like a shadow. And I think I'm gonna use black gesso for that. Maybe mixed in with that, maybe I do a gray gesso mixed in with some blue. So I still have gesso on my palette here. I'm gonna add a little bit of black gesso. That was probably too much. Let's see. I want like a gray, and I'm also gonna put in some of the blues. So I'm gonna mix up what I have here already on my palette. I think that's what I want. I'm gonna use the same sponge again, and probably there's gonna be some leftover colors on it. I don't care. And I'm just gonna use the silhouette, the same silhouette. This time the stencil, not the mask. But I want a third figure also, so I'm gonna use this one here. I have to try that first. So I'm gonna use this silhouette just like that. I do hold it right at the end so I don't get too exact of an outline, which isn't my intention here. Now this is gonna go down here, and I think I'm gonna use the matte medium again. I do have a quote in German, never stop to start, which I think it's really true. But it is on some heavy cardboard, so I'm gonna try to split it a little bit with my needle tool, if I can find it. Where did I put it? In the meantime, that can dry a little bit. Where is my needle tool? Oh, here it is. Okay, first of all, I think it's a little bit too big. I think I'm going to put it here. Let's see if I can split it a little bit. In case you are wondering what it is, it was an ad for one of the online art stores I use here in Europe. So now I think I'm going to use a gel matte for that. Okay, here we are with the finished art journal page. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget, if you are interested in those stencils, you can find them down below in the description box. Take care and stay safe.